before we bring out the birthday boy. This next comedian, Breck Michaels is here. I know I forgot earlier, but give it up for Breck Michaels. I don't know Breck, but he's got a great name. I looked it up. It's actually Gaelic for limp dick retard. Who knew? Kind of, but I wrote it 10 minutes ago. Breck looks like a trans man that only had enough money for the left side of the top surgery. Give it up for Big Right Titty, ladies and gentlemen, Breck Michaels.
Give it up for Multiverse Velma, everyone. You look like every ghetto grandma buying cigarettes. Bar on a Sunday, almost as good as a strip club on a Wednesday. How we doing? Beautiful. Give it up for Toad and the Stooligans.
Yeah!
As I call them, the off-Beatles met a hobo named Johnson. Let's get to the Atwell's Avengers behind me. Dan Martin, everyone, isn't he fat? Dan, I'm glad that you could take time off of busting through walls going, oh yeah, to be here. If you're here, who's freezing Han Solo and Carbonite? Dan, not really a fortune teller, but I think I know how you're gonna die. Beaties. He did ask that his daughter not be brought into this, which is fine, I just want to know who in their right pussy thought that was the guy to have a child with.
She's adopted.
He's like,
Well, now that's embarrassing, isn't it? Dan, the only thing tighter than your compression socks is MEYK's shirt. Dan, you're like the Jimmy Carter of comedy. You're still alive and relevant after all hopes and prayers and medical science. Impossible, but you're still here. But you are still my favorite type of comedian. Type 2. You fat piece of shit. Mark Mcguin, everyone. What a metrosexual. If you didn't know, Mark Mcguin is very influential. He's very influential in the comedy scene. He runs The Red Door. Ooh. And all HPV outbreaks. Mark, you look like the bounty man got AIDS. That's a big paper towel joke. He does look good, you gotta give him that. Mark, you groom your beard almost as well as any new female comic ever. You're the worst thing to happen to vulnerable women since rape. He does stay in good shape, you gotta give him that. He plays a lot of soccer, very good at it. That's because all his competition gets weirdly deported. But he stays in good shape. I've seen him jogging at night a lot, or as he calls it, practice. Marvy Marv, everyone, because one's not enough. So between a cock and a hard place here. He says I look like a voice actor, which is funny coming from the guy that did Dumbo. Well, I ain't seen no elephant fly. The Jim Crows, that's a big Disney joke. Marvy, I do gotta say, you gave me a lot of opportunities when I didn't have a lot in my early career. You're like a long lost Uncle Tom to me. It was really fun watching you do the crackhead shuffle up here for 20 minutes. That was a fun time. You're right, Dan. Black don't crack, but God, it gets ashy and weird. Marv and Will are on the same tour, the Smokin' and Jokin' tour, aka They Got One of Those Down tour. It's a little inside baseball, but Marv, your set was the worst thing you've done to comedy since Diva LC. Inside baseball. Good. Emmy, everybody, this dull-eyed horse girl. Give it up. Emmy, what can be said about you that hasn't been said about a boot camp shower drain? Always on the floor and wet and sticky. You can play a fun game with Emmy. If you put your ear to her cunt, you can hear the ocean. But if you put your nose to it, you can smell half of the Boston Improv scene. Dirty whore. It's honestly terrible. You guys remember like the good old days where whores could be whores and they didn't have to pretend to have a hobby and people didn't have to pretend to laugh or care. That's me. Okay. Emmy, more kids have gone through your system than an aggressive pit bull. A lot of people say you look like Courtney Love. I don't see it. You look like, I don't know, fetal alcohol syndrome. I had to guess. Cory Mayo is here, the disheveled vagrant. If I had a nickel for every asshole that thought I looked good in a paperboy hat, I'd have 3 of them right now and I'd throw them all at you. The Roaring 20s called. You're an asshole. It's funny, Cory, I've been to Rick's, and God, it was terrible, but somehow you're still the smelliest thing to come out of Woonsocket. I do feel bad for you, though, because even if he ever becomes homeless, you still just look like trailer trash. No one gives money to someone that looks like he has a plumbing certificate. Cory... I thought so. Cory, I always kind of think of like a physical specimen, like you were made in the lab and only fed methadone and menthol cigarettes. It's a miracle you're alive. Let's give it up for Will Wells, everybody. The slap-jawed mouth breather, the reason we're all here. Will, I gotta tell you, the only thing weaker than your chin is your punchline. Me and Will are friends like I was in a relationship with that retarded girl in school. God rest her soul, that little bumper chaser.
Jesus
Christ. Will Wells and Ulysses S. Grant have one thing in common: sideburns. The universal thing for I'm interesting, I swear. Please talk to me. Will, you dress louder than Marvy Marv at a movie theater. Will, watching you do stand-up is like 9/11. It's terrible while it's going on and you just never forget. It ends up like a Holocaust slogan, never again. All right, Will, you're a worse friend than you are a bartender, but I love you to death. I'll see you Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody.
Breck Michaels, give it up for him. We should have put him up first because he's got bedtime soon, but he gets cranky without him's nighttime cereal.